I always tell everybody, I don't go in there looking for the knockout. I go looking for the win. But if he get out of line, he's going to be the next one down.
Terence Crawford, he has definitely gone under the radar. 4-weight world champion, 41-0, 31 knockouts. A southpaw who's got IQ and speed and craft. I think it's a fabulously interesting matchup.
Big fight. The reason I have so much confidence is because I really believe that Bud Crawford doesn't fear Canelo Alvarez. A lot of his opponents.
Terence Crawford erupted at Canelo during a tense press conference, making it clear that his focus is on securing victories strictly inside the ring. However, he warned that any disrespect or step out of line from Canelo could make things personal. Crawford's fiery statement highlighted both his intensity and determination, proving he's fully prepared mentally and physically for the challenge ahead, leaving no doubt about his confidence.
You a
there is stuff.
You a
See,
you a
you
hold
talking to
let Aaron. You a because you keep talking like a.
you
doing all that talking.
That's how
You doing all that talking.
You catch me, gotta come back. I come back.
Don't talk, and you talking too much.
This
You want
fight,
some attention?
some icon right here. This is gonna be legendary right here.
Female ass.
See y'all tuning in. This is a legendary old school fight.
Get out some attention. Put the camera on him because that's what he's doing. Showing out like a female. Let him finish, bud. Go ahead, EJ.
Yeah, all right.
Greg Hackett has been outspoken about Terence Crawford's chances against Canelo Alvarez, crediting Crawford's fearless mentality both inside and outside the ring. Hackett points out that unlike many fighters who show hesitation when facing a dominant force like Canelo, Crawford never enters a fight intimidated. He emphasizes that Crawford's confidence isn't arrogance. It's the result of years of disciplined, consistent victories and unmatched adaptability. In Hackett's view, confidence is a fighter's greatest weapon, and Crawford brings it with him every time he competes. Taking on Canelo, widely regarded as one of the sport's pound-for-pound elites, demands immense mental toughness, and Hackett is certain Crawford has that in spades. To him, this fight isn't an uphill struggle for Crawford, but another chance to prove he excels when the pressure is at its highest.
Canelo, they taking Crawford. You got people that was taking Crawford, they taking Canelo.
Yeah.
What do you make of it?
It should be that way because we talking about a great fight here. We talking about two great athletes. So when it's like this, it's better for the betting. You know what I mean? All the people that like to bet, it's better for them. You know what I mean? Because nobody knows where the money going to land. The reason I have so much confidence in this fight, you know, thinking that it's going to be a great fight, the reason I have so much confidence because I really believe that Bud Crawford doesn't fear Canelo Alvarez. A lot of his opponents in the past were nervous, scared from the beginning. I don't think Bud feel that way at all. I think we can get a good rumble on our hands. You know what I mean? It's just going to come down to the big question for Bud is, can he take the shot? You know what I'm saying? The question, I think, for Canelo is, does he get old? I say that for a reason. Because he got a lot of fights, bro. I think he going on almost 70 fights. You know what I'm saying? Or he a little bit under 70. That's a lot of fights for current time. You know what I'm saying? And Bud got a lot of gas still left, but he's older as well. You know what I mean? A lot of people would like to give him shit for not being able to take a shot, or not that he didn't take the shot, but getting buzzed with some shots at lower weight classes. So it's like, how can he handle himself at 168 pounds? But you have to understand the physical to understand how. You know what I mean? I'm not about to get into all of that, but you know what I mean? I do understand he will be a lot more sturdy at 68. I mean, if you smart, you've seen it at 47 versus Earl Spence.
Adam Smith, one of boxing's most respected commentators, views a potential clash between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez as a massive leap for Crawford, but a very winnable one. He highlights Crawford's exceptional boxing IQ, noting his ability to quickly adjust to an opponent's rhythm and exploit weaknesses with pinpoint precision. Crawford's speed, Smith adds, is another key factor, as Canelo's defensive style can leave openings that a sharp, intelligent fighter could capitalize on. In Smith's eyes, the fight would most likely be decided on points, with Crawford's ability to outthink and outmaneuver Canelo over 12 rounds proving decisive. He hails the matchup as potentially one of the most electrifying bouts in recent memory, with both men pushing each other to their absolute limits. For Smith, The idea of Crawford winning on points isn't far-fetched at all, but a testament to how boxing ultimately rewards skill, strategy, and intelligence.
September the 13th, it's billed as fight of the century. I do feel as though this one, for such an unbelievably good fight, the prospect of, it has gone under the radar a bit. We've spoken more about fights that are not even.
No, but you back Ben. I mean, how much you spoke about?
No,
that?
I love that fight. Though.
Yeah, but compared to these two guys,
yeah, that's 'cause we had it.
But that's in Britain. That's prime time here. It's the football casuals. I think the problem with this fight is it is just a fabulous boxing matchup and one with all sorts of curiosity between two superstars. The Ring magazine's dedicated the entire magazine, but this is boxing. It's hardcore boxing. I think Canelo is known. I think Canelo, obviously the Mexican machismo that holds all the super middleweight titles, nearly 70-odd fights. He's been phenomenal. I think he's 35 now. But for Terence Crawford, he has definitely gone under the radar. 4-weight world champion, 41-0, 31 knockouts. A southpaw who's got IQ and speed and craft. I think it's a fabulously interesting matchup, the two of them, because you've got the big guy, the strong super middleweight, really, really cultured.
Ade Oladipo takes a more critical stance on the matchup, suggesting that while Crawford versus Canelo has generated huge buzz, it lacks the unique intrigue of other recent high-profile bouts like Alexander Usyk versus Daniel Dubois. In his view, the fight doesn't carry the same sense of balance or unpredictability, largely due to the natural weight difference and the widespread expectation that favors Canelo, whereas Usyk versus Dubois offered a true clash of styles and genuine suspense. Oladipo sees Crawford versus Canelo as less evenly matched. To him, much of the excitement feels driven more by promotional hype than by the actual dynamics inside the ring.
Like, it's been billed as the biggest fight of the century. Some are saying the biggest fight of all time. Let's calm down, people. Let's breathe a little bit. It's a big, big fight. But it doesn't quite feel like those things. It doesn't feel like the biggest fight of the century. Like, this doesn't feel like, and maybe because I work these events, so it's slightly different, but this doesn't feel like Usyk Fury, for example. It doesn't feel like that at all. That felt like, oh my God, this is going to happen. Undisputed heavyweight title fight. Remember, this is an undisputed super middleweight title fight. It just feels a bit lacking of something. I can't believe that Max Kellerman is now part of this. And again, for nostalgia, we haven't got a Max Kellerman face-off. Like how Canelo speaks great English now. How we haven't got that? Just to kind of give it a bit of spice, because Canelo, with his English, it's like he's only learnt the bad words.
Promoters have gone all out to position Crawford versus Canelo as a cultural phenomenon, branding it the biggest fight of the century. By tapping into the global boxing audience, they've managed to generate excitement that extends well beyond the sport's traditional fan base. Netflix's involvement has taken the promotion to another level, offering unprecedented coverage with documentaries, exclusive interviews, behind-the-scenes access, and heavily marketed press conferences that make the event feel larger than life. This strategy has brought the fight into households that might not usually follow boxing. In blending sports with entertainment, the promotion has created anticipation on par with some of the greatest crossover events in history.
I'm holding you to the standard you set. They're tagging this the fight of the century, colossal, super fight, Netflix, Dana White, right? So now we got to look at it. You can't tell me something. See, I'm not the type of person where you could pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. If that's you and you're going to let somebody urinate on your leg and tell you it's raining, that's on you. But I don't do that. I'm a critical thinker, and I'm not just going to listen to what you tell me and see if the facts don't support that, right? So if this is the fight of the century, let's look at it. Boxing tickets, Canelo versus Crawford, right? Since August 29th, tickets listed, $2,566 value, $7 million plus worth of tickets. Hey, bro, $7 million worth of tickets.
Veteran analyst Al Bernstein offers a frank take, arguing that despite the massive promotional push, this isn't the matchup the boxing world was truly clamoring for. He notes that the demand for Crawford versus Canelo wasn't organic, as many fans would have preferred to see Crawford face opponents within his own division or Canelo square off against challengers closer to his weight. While the fight looks appealing on paper, Bernstein says it lacks a natural rivalry or compelling storyline that turns a bout into a true must-see event. He adds that although the promotion has done a strong job creating buzz, genuine excitement among core boxing fans remains more muted compared to other marquee fights. In his view, the matchup feels more like a marketing construct than a response to authentic fan demand.
To have these two level of fighters meet, where does this rank at?
I think it's one of those fights that, the interesting thing is, it wasn't as if every boxing fan said, boy, I can't wait to see Canelo fight Terence Crawford. In other words, it wasn't one of those fights, like there were more boxing fans that said, gee, I'd like to see Canelo fight David Benavidez. But having said that, I mean, among the hardcore boxing fans. Having said that, what they did, and this happens sometimes in boxing, they come up with a matchup that wasn't on everybody's mind, but kind of makes sense. And the proof is in the pudding. If you do one of those kind of matches and the interest is not there, you're going to find that out.
For sure.
In this case, obviously the interest was there because they've sold. I mean, I went online and looked at the the ticket sales and everything, and they've sold. Looks like they've already sold 40,000 seats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
believe
there's
they'll
not
sell it
that many
out.
left.
Yeah.
In Allegiant Stadium. So that alone is an indicator. The amount of attention and coverage the fight has gotten, and this is one of those fights that...
A common sentiment surrounding this matchup is that, while it will draw a massive audience, it is a fight fans were truly calling for. Many believe the size and weight disparities strongly favor Canelo, making the outcome feel predictable. As a result, much of the intrigue centers on whether Crawford can rise above those disadvantages and deliver a historic upset. If he pulls it off, the fight would go down as a shocking, thrilling moment that redefines the underdog story in boxing. But if Canelo wins in the dominant fashion most anticipate, the bout risks being dismissed as inevitable or underwhelming. This perspective captures a tension between hope and expectation. Fans long for the drama of an upset, yet remain cautious about being let down by what seems like a foregone conclusion. Ultimately, the question is whether Crawford's skill can outweigh Canelo's size.
Tickets available for this fight because of that undercard. This promotion has been just, it's very interesting, man. Number one, there's no real reason for this fight to take place. Terence Crawford and Canelo. Nobody was asking for the fight. There's no natural connection between the two fighters. There's just two names that people think are on the top of a hypothetical list called the pound for pound list that many people act as if it's real. So they're two top pound for pound people, and they put them together and think this makes some big magic match. It may be a magic match once they get in the ring if Terence Crawford can overcome Canelo Alvarez. It's got a real potential for that. But what happens if the fight winds up just being what more than likely it'll be, which is Terence Crawford trying to get away from the bigger, stronger Canelo Alvarez? Because, again, he's jumping so many weight classes. That's the gimmick. That jumping the weight class is the gimmick that is supposed to be attracting people to this fight.
Observers have been taken aback by Terence Crawford's transformation at 175 pounds, a division far above his natural weight. Recent reports and images show him looking ripped, with defined muscles, a thicker neck, and broader shoulders, presenting the look of a fighter ready to stand toe-to-toe with a physically imposing opponent like Canelo. This change has eased concerns that Crawford might be undersized, instead highlighting how he has reshaped his body to handle the demands of a higher weight class. His conditioning reflects a serious commitment, with strength and fitness work designed to boost power without sacrificing speed or agility. For fans, seeing a bulked-up yet still sharp Crawford has sparked optimism that he can offset Canelo's physical edge while maintaining the technical brilliance that defines his style. The image of stronger, more intimidating Crawford has reignited debates over whether size will really be the deciding factor in this fight.
Bud Crawford is absolutely ripped, absolutely shredded, what looks to be about 175. Now, he fights next Saturday, a week out from the fight. Sort of it's a week out from the weigh-in, so I'm sure that you look at Terence Bud Crawford right there, and you see he is absolutely shredded right there. And this is a week before the weigh-in, right? So I'm pretty sure he's probably weighing about 174, something of that magnitude, maybe about 173. 175 is probably the max he is at one right now, because obviously the weight is at 168 and he's a week out. So he might be around 173, drop 5 pounds next Friday for the weigh-in, right? So Terence Crawford, as I showed you guys, is training and putting a mass in his shoulders and in his legs. As you can see here, once again.
Canelo Alvarez's pedigree is undeniable. Turning professional at just 15, he has spent decades testing himself against some of boxing's biggest names. Far from a one-dimensional fighter, Canelo boasts one of the sharpest jabs in the sport, a rock-solid chin, and the rare ability to adjust his strategy mid-fight. His legacy is built on conquering multiple weight divisions and consistently thriving under immense pressure. For Crawford, stepping in against a fighter with such a vast resume represents the ultimate challenge. Canelo's unique mix of skill, toughness, and ring IQ makes him a formidable threat to any opponent, no matter their style.
Terence Crawford, a guru in the ring? Absolutely. He is one of the best fighters ever created in humanity. But you cannot say that I'm going to come in with 5 pounds taped across my arms and legs and then go against Canelo Alvarez, some dude who doesn't have counter punches, who doesn't have a ring IQ. Canelo's been fighting since 15 and is one of the few fighters who has taken literally less punishment than, say, Caleb Plant, who has like 25 fights. If Caleb Plant is taking in his fights, Canelo has probably taken less punishment than that. And he's coming green. And he's going to come in with 87 billion Mexicans in the ring walk, everybody flying flags. You don't know what Crawford's stage fight is going to be, coming in front of 70,000. Been there.
That wraps up today's video. Make sure to stay tuned for what's coming next.